Howdy, this is Bernice, although you probably already know that. I had my author visit this morning and it was just such an amazing, neat time. It was extra special for a couple different reasons. One is that it was with a group of second grade students, Miss Lisa's students, and second grade was the grade I was in when I first realized I was interested in writing and illustrating for children. But another reason this was an extra special visit is Miss Lisa's class beta read the sheep magnet before it was published. So they went through it and talked about it as a class and shared reactions to it. And so it was extra special for me to be able to share with their class during this, before the school year ended, because they were such an important part of it. But I had shared a tentative itinerary for the class, and I actually had, a lot of times you only have 20 to 30 minutes to share an author visit, and so I was excited that we had an hour, although we had an hour and 15 minutes available, and so I tried to plan for an hour to give a little leeway too, but we took the whole hour and 15 minutes, but I put it into different sections or different parts to figure out the timing, and actually when I walked into the class and sat down, they were working on math, and I learned something new. They were talking about the commutative property of addition. And so it was really fun that the students were coming, raising their hands and trying to say what it was and coming up with it together. And it was neat to see them kind of piece it together and have Miss Lisa help them. But I didn't remember what this was, not because I hadn't learned it, just because I haven't reviewed it in a while. But so the commutative property of addition is where you can switch the order of numbers without changing the sum. So if you have 4 plus 3, which equals 7, you can switch those, and 3 plus 4 also equals 7. That doesn't work with subtraction, because 4 minus 3 would be 1, but 3 minus 4 would be negative 1. So it was just kind of fun. It made me want to make up a little special sheet on that and share it. So one of the things I was really excited about for having the little bit more time, like a class period worth, although it was bigger than a typical class period, was because I really wanted to share the scientific method and go through that and share how Pete had done that. So there was a scientific method, and I made up a worksheet that can be used for that. And also, when I designed this to have it in the book, I looked at a whole bunch of different ways that people make the posters and ways that they share with it to come up with mine. So it might look a little different than a typical one. And I asked the students, how that might be similar or different to what they did. But then we went through a version together for when Pete tried to get rid of the sheep, and after we did that together, there were 4 different groups of students, and they each got one of the blank worksheets and a set of pages for something Pete had done and what the result was, and they filled those out and then shared them. And it was really neat to see how they did that in determining who was going to write. And in one of the groups, there were 2 girls who both wanted to do the writing, and so they played rock, paper, scissors to figure out who would do that. But then when they did the sharing, and I hadn't asked them to do this, it was really neat to see that they were comfortable with this, where each person in the group shared a part of that. And so it was just really fun and special, and I had a great time. I learned some things. There'll be, I learned a lot, right? I think I learned as much as, anyway. But, yeah, so it was fun and just a really special time. So thank you, Miss Lisa and Miss Lisa's class, and to you guys and everybody who watches this video. I hope that you really, truly, absolutely, positively have an amazing summer.